Coming up, those who lost everything in the devastating Bear Fire mark the 5-year anniversary of a blaze that ripped through Berry Creek and other nearby areas. Plus, self-described film buffs have big plans to bring movies to the big screen in Tehama County. And around the corner, it's the taste of downtown Chico. We'll look ahead at what to expect at one of the area's signature events as Action News Now starts now.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Good evening, everybody. Monday marks 5 years since the devastating Bear Fire, which destroyed Berry Creek, Feather Falls, and surrounding communities. The blaze was part of a massive wildfire complex that tore through the Plumas National Forest. Today, the community honored that anniversary, and Action News Now's Sade Pullen traveled to Berry Creek to hear from survivors, many of whom are still working to rebuild their lives.
Recovery, patience, and remembrance was on today's agenda here at the Berry Creek Community Church for the 5th anniversary of the Bear Fire. The Berry Creek community came together to reflect on the recovery journey from the devastating fire that changed their lives on September 8th, 2020. Dozens gathered at the Berry Creek Community Church to remember the homes and lives lost. Some survivors say they feel neglected.
We have been forgotten. Everybody, if you tell them, I lost my house in a fire in 2020. Oh, the Paradise Fire? Well, no. Until you actually see Berry Creek and you have lived through it, you don't understand what we feel and what has happened to us.
The Bear Fire burned over 300,000 acres, destroyed 2,400 structures, and was the 5th deadliest fire in California history. At the Remembrance Day event, they had the Butte Fire Safe Council, Habitat for Humanity, CAL FIRE, and Butte County Supervisor Bill Conley. Many survivors tell me that this event helps them feel united with their community since so many of them are displaced.
We're trying our best to get the community working with each other, and hopefully we're going to be successful. It's just a struggle, but we're doing it.
Congressman Doug LaMalfa was also in attendance, and he tells me that the next steps for recovery for Berry Creek include removing hazardous trees.
With speaking with the governor and his team there, we pointed out that there's still a lot of trees that need to be removed. They're proximate to homes and buildings and such there, and so they made a commitment on that. And my understanding is that there will be $500,000 forthcoming pretty soon. The work will commence here in the fall and then through the spring.
Reporting in Berry Creek, I'm Sade Pullen, Action News Now.
The Bear Fire also killed 16 people and injured more than 100. Well, there was a fire in Tehama County that threatened some homes but was held in check at 2 acres in size. This information is from Watch Duty, which is a nonprofit and is unofficial. According to Watch Duty, the grass fire began on Riverview Drive in the city of Lake early this afternoon. For a brief time, Watch Duty said Incident Command had reported the fire was spreading rapidly, but again, forward progress was stopped. Given the advent of streaming and YouTube, there are those who think that movie theaters are going the way of Jurassic Park, like the dinosaur. Not so, according to 2 Red Bluff movie buffs who are putting their money where their passion is. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield has their story.
I'm here today at the Red Bluff Movie Theater on Main Street, where there's going to be a grand opening and ribbon cutting here in a few minutes for the new Spotlight Cinemas, under new ownership to 2 local Red Bluff residents. While Spotlight Cinemas occupies the home of its predecessor Prime Cinemas, the theater's new owner says Spotlight is a whole new experience.
A movie theater experience of actually coming and getting your snacks and sitting down, having the surround sound and the big screen, and just you don't have your phone out and you're just focused to have that 2 hours to just shut your brain off and enjoy. I think there's still quality and opportunity in that.
Spotlight is the only cinema located between Redding and Chico. Additionally, it's the only movie theater on the I-5 corridor between Redding and Woodland.
You're going to be able to get your popcorn and your pop and your candies and have a great time here at Spotlight Cinemas.
One moviegoer who was having a great time at the grand opening is Austin Ward. What's your favorite part about coming to the movies?
the buttery popcorn in the movie. Next time I might see the Fantastic Four.
Spotlight is looking to keep the movies affordable for families by offering $6 tickets before 6 p.m. every day, concession stand deals, and $5 tickets all day every Tuesday.
You can have things at home, a great TV, great sound, but being at the physical movie, you can't recreate that. Everybody can appreciate that, and maybe not just once a year, but maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year.
Reporting in Red Bluff, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Spotlight is now the third owner of the Red Bluff Cinema since it was built and opened back in 1993. Well, it's a big and hopefully profitable day in downtown Chico tomorrow. The Downtown Chico Business Association holds one of its signature events, the annual Taste of Downtown. About 30 downtown restaurants, cafes, and other assorted eateries are participating by providing samples of their foods and drinks. The goal is to draw interest in their establishments, so hopefully samplers will come back for more.
Food is such a unique product. It's unique in the fact that you know that you love it, or maybe it's not for you. And a lot of the times people kind of get stuck in these, I like to call them food ruts, where you know what you like, you know where to get it, you know how much it costs, how long it takes. And it's easy to continue to do that over and over again. Well, this is your opportunity to try some new things.
You can still get tickets tomorrow morning in the Chico City Plaza. Now, it runs from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Again, that's tomorrow. A concert in the City Plaza will follow. Well, here's how it looked today in our area from the Verde Peak Lookout Alert wildfire camera in Sierra County. You can see the Stampede Reservoir through the pines, beautiful clear skies up in the higher elevations. And now for the latest on our conditions, let's check in with Sade. Hi, Sade.
Hi, Jerry. So we saw some beautiful skies earlier today. Those triple digits have definitely made their way out. So we saw temperatures in the 80s today. In the valley, at least, it was super nice. Now for tonight, we are looking in the 50s to 60s, mostly lower 60s. We have 62 degrees in Redding, also 62 degrees in Chico. Now our foothills are pretty much remaining in those upper 50s for tonight. And then our mountains are also in the 40s to 50s range as well. Now, if you're looking to go down to Chico tomorrow for downtown Taste of Chico, we're having perfect temperatures. Now, it might be a little bit cloudy, but that's what's giving us that relief in those 80s. We also have Paradise at 80 degrees as well. And this is our storm track position showing that low pressure coming in, showing we're going to have more relief over the next coming days. I'll break that down next. Back to you, Jerry.
Thanks a lot, Sade. We turn to California state news now, where another fire is causing evacuations in Southern California. The Pyrite fire in Jurupa Valley area in Riverside County ignited early last night. Now, as of early Saturday night, the fire had consumed 400 acres of brush and was 5% contained. The fire captain said the blaze was making a push toward Fontana, but that city has, as of tonight, not had any evacuation orders. On the national front, the Trump administration's use of the National Guard and recent immigration and custom enforcement raids are sparking some backlash. Protests were held at various cities across the country today. Jen Sullivan reports on the White House's efforts to combat crime and the pushback it's receiving from many Democratic leaders.
Protesters taking to the streets of Metro Chicago Saturday as the Trump administration threatens to ramp up immigration and customs enforcement raids. The move is sparking outrage among many Democratic state and local leaders in Illinois.
Know that there is the possibility that ICE will be on the ground and causing some mayhem. Please protest, pull out your phone, video everything that they're doing.
The White House has also threatened to deploy National Guard troops to Chicago to help combat crime. Over Labor Day weekend alone, police say at least 7 people were killed and more than 50 others were wounded in several shootings across the city.
These people are sick. There's something wrong with them.
Protests also staged in Washington, D.C. Saturday and Savannah, Georgia, Friday, just days after a massive ICE raid at a Hyundai plant west of that city.
We need all work to end on the site right now.
475 people were arrested there Thursday.
This, in fact, was the largest single-site enforcement operation in the history of Homeland Security investigations.
Some Democrats say such raids and guard deployments amount to government overreach by Trump.
He knows that this goes against the mission of the National Guard. He knows this goes against the scope and scale.
Public opinion about immigration appears to be shifting. According to a recent Gallup poll, when asked should immigration be kept at its present level, increased or decreased, 30% of Americans polled now say decreased as opposed to 55% in June of 2024. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson recently issued orders saying the Chicago Police Department will not cooperate with federal agents engaging in civil immigration enforcement.